talking about me, Nicole.
Oh, you're here. Yay. Hi, hon. Yeah. So she had like 1 million views. So, I mean, just imagine like what that can do. And Corinne, do you want to just say a couple things about what you're going to be talking about next, that event, whenever
I
it
would
is?
love to.
And turn on your camera.
Okay, sorry. I'm let me like.
There we go.
I'm meeting with some new agents and getting them signed up. So I met for breakfast. Sorry. Next week we are going to talk about YouTube, and there is a Chrome extension that makes your life so much easier when posting. It will tell you all the hashtags you're supposed to use, all of the titles that you can use to get more views. It gives you an option to test A and B titles. It gives you an option to do all sorts of keyword stuff. And so I'm going to run through that with you next week and show you just how to get more views. Because even if it's just a video of your house and you're it's a listing video, it's kind of hard to get people to be interested in that. And so if you optimize it, I just want to see how we all do. So you guys are all gonna have to keep in touch with me after you do it and try it out with your listing videos, and then we'll see how it goes.
See, she's just like a plethora of information. So that's just a little snippet. And look at that. Like, she's so bubbly and fun. I'm so excited. So make sure you come on. Which day, Lee, is she on?
Next week.
She's on
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So next Tuesday.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I can't wait. Thank you guys so much for inviting me. I'm super excited.
Awesome. So I'm so excited for that. So that's going to be awesome, guys. So make sure you pop on for that. And if you have any friends or colleagues who are interested in doing YouTube, invite them. It's a great way to develop some more rapport with them. Invite them to the mastermind. Go ahead, Lee. I'm going to grab some water while you run this commercial.
Lee, there's no sound.
No sound, Lee.
That's because we told him to turn it down before.
Did it not work?
No, hang on.
It was playing with no volume.
Oh.
Wait,
There it goes.
let's stop right there where Julie's doing her little dance.
I can't believe she allowed you to put that in that video.
It's go time.
Hear it now?
Tick, tick, boom. Who bringing the noise? Go, baby, we bringing our toys. Separate men from the boys. Chopper be singing, should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out. We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. Tick, tick, boom. Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's gonna be quiet. We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. It's go time. Tick, tick, boom.
One of the things that frustrated me so much about the industry is there's so much great information, but it wasn't systematized. And that's what I love about the Modern Agent Blueprint is they really bring people in and they bring systems in to help do this. And this is what we've been collaborating and working on together.
Woo!
All right.
Love it. I love the song in that. That just like gets
Isn't
me
that
going.
good?
I'm surprised it's not your other theme song, Lee.
Do you know that
Remember?
originally?
You can
The
thank me
original
for
song-
that. No, I remember, well, yeah, I forgot what that song was.
The
but-
original song, and then for anyone who's like over 50, I'm over 50, so it's probably a small percentage, but remember Partridge Family, I Think I Love You. So
Are we going
no,
back?
it wasn't that one, it was another one. It was
No, it was the actual Partridge Family theme song.
yeah.
So we were like,
And
no,
then
it's
I got
not
like
gonna work.
5
This is
thumbs.
modern Agent Blueprint.
Yeah.
We
I
have to
got
keep
like 5 thumbs
reminding
down.
Lee.
I did save that version too. Maybe I'll play that one next week and we'll see
I
how many
think I
thumbs up.
love you, so what am I still afraid of?
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. All right, Fred, thanks.
Chiming in. I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
mute myself now.
Yeah, that's a great song. So anyways, without further ado,
Well, hold on. Keep talking because I just
Okay,
messed
you're
something
still
up
trying
and
to
I gotta
fix-
fix it.
so we're filled with, see, this shows you how authentic we are. We're filled with a bunch of snafus and mix-ups and wrong guests. So it's been one thing after another today, but hey, that's how we roll.
Well, I am trying to fix something. I just accidentally deleted a slide, so I'm trying to fix it. So if you'll just be patient with me for one moment, friends. For some reason, every time I try to delete this one thing, it deletes the entire page. So I'm not really sure why.
Well, while she's fixing it, let's just talk real estate for 1 second. Does anybody have a win they want to talk about real quick before she gets started? Not everybody all at once.
You didn't give anybody any time.
A what?
A win.
A win, a
Something-
victory.
Thanks, Batman.
Nobody?
I clean my office mostly.
I
Don't
do
pay attention
open
to the
house.
crowd.
I do open house dance videos on TikTok and Instagram, and I finally got my first lead off of one of them.
Amazing.
I love it.
I got
Yeah.
something.
Awesome.
Go ahead,
I
Mindy.
got my first 2 deals in the last 3 days under
Yes.
contract.
Nice.
Woohoo.
Awesome.
First 2 deals of the year,
Congratulations.
Mindy, or first 2 deals?
First 2 deals ever.
Nice.
And remember
amazing.
that I was there when it all started. You came to my accountability calls.
Oh, okay.
So-
So Lee, you're up.
I'll take the
You get
assist
the
for that. Thank
assist.
you.
I like that Lee's going to take the credit for her doing the work.
I said
know.
the assist. I didn't say, I just get an assist.
He's taking partial credit though.
I'm so happy for you, Mindy. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, well, we're just gonna have to, like, this is just not gonna look like it's supposed to look because I cannot get this stupid thing to fix it the way I want it to be. So we're just gonna go without it. Lee, I need you to turn off your sharing sound so I can, because one of mine has a video. So you're gonna need to get rid of your sound share or whatever.
It is off.
Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna go back to this. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
I'm going to present. I just need to like scooch everybody out of the way here so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Sorry for the fumble today, guys. Come on. And I hope this isn't gonna go horribly slow because I'm on Zoom too, but we're gonna go through this and hopefully it works out and I don't screw up. All right, guys. Hi. Hello. Thanks for being patient. Kelly, thank you for the wave. I appreciate it. All right. So we're going to go take a deep dive into Reels. And this is also going to go for like any sort of short form video. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But this video is trying to load over here, but we're just going to move on because I'm not going to even mess with that. But we're going to get right into everything here as long as my computer's going to function. All right. Oh, look. And now we're just going to zoom right through everything because let's try this again. Okay. So what are Reels? Like I just said, these are short form videos meant to entertain, teach, interact, and attract followers, attract clients, attract people into your life. these are reels that you can create, and that's wrong too. I did this once before, so some of you may remember some of this. I did this a while ago. Some of this stuff has changed. So reels now are 90 seconds long, so please ignore that. You can do 15 to 90 seconds or less. And these are videos comprised of multiple cuts, edits, or just all, one whole video. You don't have to do any multiple cuts or edits. They are creative features that you have the ability to speed it up, slow it down. There are a ton of apps now where you can do some super creative ways of doing reels. And I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to find those things. And then you can integrate background music, effects, kind of similar to Snapchat filters and hands-free timers, amongst a bunch of other different things. So one thing we have figured out that short form videos are not going anywhere. If any of you are on Instagram or TikTok or anything, you understand that there's pretty much rarely any static posts now. They're all videos. They're highly, highly pushing out these short form videos everywhere. So Facebook has them now. So you have reels on Facebook, you have reels on TikTok, you have short, what are they called? YouTube Shorts. You have all of these videos, TikToks, all of these things that are these short form videos. Now, I'm not going to really get into TikTok, and in all reality and all honesty, I don't do a ton on TikTok. I should, because a lot of the videos that I do on Reels, I could be using across other platforms. But I got into TikTok a little bit before, during the pandemic, when I think a lot of people kind of started doing these videos. We had a lot more time on our hands. We had, the ability to learn some of these new features. Unfortunately, I kind of strayed from TikTok because Instagram's my favorite place to be. So I tend to be there more, and that's okay. I don't have to be everywhere at all times. So that's something that you can also play around with, figure out what you like, what you don't like. So the oh yeah, I remember this was supposed to be deleted off of here when I did this last time, because this is a template. We're just going to keep fumbling that ball. It's okay. It's a football analogy, right? I just found out that Super Bowl's this weekend. I had no idea. My chiropractor was like, "Are you guys going to do anything for Super Bowl?" I'm like, "When's the Super Bowl?" I had no idea. So just ignore that. So anything that we can do here, ignore all of this, pretend that's not there. The biggest thing with doing any sort of reels or videos is just to do it. We get in our heads about how we look, how we sound. I don't like the way that looks. I don't like my hair today. I don't like my makeup. My nose is too big for this. I'm too old for this. And it's just not the case. You just have to really get over yourself. A quote that I heard the other day, and I'm going to fudge it up, but basically it was like, if we kind of basically the idea was, we care more about ourselves than anybody else does. So whether we think that we look terrible today, most people don't care that we look terrible today. They're more concerned about themselves than anyone else. And I have to try to explain this to my teenage daughter that, while we are very consumed with how we look and worried about what other people think, most of the time they don't think about us. So we just want to do something fun, get it out there, get in front of people. Don't worry if your hair's not perfect today or if you forgot your lipstick. It doesn't matter. Just get out there and do the video. So we're going to talk about how to begin with Instagram Reels. And then we're going to get into some things. I'm actually going to show you some screenshots and some stuff. I wish I could show you on my phone, but I don't have the cord with me to be able to do that. But we'll go through some of these things. So one thing, you really want to make sure that you have a creator account or I recommend a creator account on your Instagram Reels. Now, you can do that by changing your account type, whether it's if you have a personal account now, you would change it to a professional account. Then you can make it into a creator account. Okay. So you need to kind of pick what types of topics are you going to be doing? Are you going to be doing informational or educational videos? Are you going to do some fun videos? Are you going to dance, learn these dances? Are you going to point, lip sync? Are you going to do tips or tricks? Or are you going to follow some trending topics or trending audios? Those are things that you really need to figure out, kind of what is your goal? What is your plan? Like I'll use, because Nikki and I are going to be talking about this at Level Up on Thursday. Nikki's really good. Nikki Wolf, who's on the call, she's really good about doing informational videos and educational videos, where I do more of the reels where I'm just like lip syncing along with some of the audio or some of the stuff. And I do like the pointing and all that stuff to different things, or different screens of information across the top. Now, a lot of it is educational in the fact that I'm using the audio to also point to things that relate to real estate. Not everything has to relate to real estate. You can do some fun ones just with, you know, your kids or your spouse or whatever. Picking music is a huge factor in how your reel will perform. So you really want to use trending songs or audios. Even necessarily if it doesn't really mesh with the video you're doing, you can adjust. Let's say you're going to be doing a video where you're going to be talking about, you know, tips to buy a new house, but you're going to be talking. You can take the audio and reduce the volume on the audio and turn up your audio on your voice. That way we're able to hear your voice through it, but you still have that trending music in the background, which is going to push that video out to more people. So finding then those trending songs and trending audios are going to be really key for performance. You can use a timer right in Instagram that will allow you to, you know, set your video up, put your phone on your holder or whatever, or on your tripod, and then step back. You can set it for, I think, up to like 5 seconds or something like that, or maybe even longer. I can't remember. I usually do 3 seconds because it's enough for me to put my phone on and take my hand back. You can, and that way you don't have to worry about holding your phone up or whatever. If you want to do transitions, it makes things a lot easier. You can add words and closed caption. And I want you guys to think about how you are viewing videos. If you are on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, looking at these videos, do you have your sound on all the time? Probably not, most of the time. Half the time I don't have my sound on at all, especially if I'm going through stories or something. So having closed caption on there, or having, you know, what you're talking about will help either stop the scroll or help people watch the video with no sound on. So make sure you're doing that. I like to add captions in my stories all the time, or, you know, those scroll stopping captions that'll say like, if you're, you know, like, what's your videos out? 5 reasons to buy a house right now. And then, you know, that might resonate with people and they'll make you want to stop. Or something like why you shouldn't use a realtor. That's going to make somebody want to read because they're like, wait, I think she's a realtor. Why would I listen to that? So, you know, make sure that you are thinking about those kind of things and putting those words and captions on your videos. Review your video before you post. This is one of the things that drives me absolutely insane. Maybe it's just because I'm type A, but if there are, well, and I know Julie, she hates her spelling errors. So check for spelling errors before you post your video. If you are lip syncing to the video, does it match? And if it doesn't, do it again. Don't post it. It looks half-assed. It looks terrible. If it does, if you're not matching up almost perfectly, try again. The more, and sometimes I'll be honest, like I will do a video 10, 15 times sometimes. And of course I get frustrated and I'm like, why am I even wasting my time doing this? But I know that the more you do the lip syncing, the more you're going to be able to mimic it accurately and time it just right to where your lips look perfect. Like there's a lot of people out there who, you know, do these lip syncing videos and you can't tell that it's not their voice. So that's the whole point of this. We want to make sure it matches. Then you really want to make sure that your text is matching where you want it. So if you have disappearing words or anything like that, make sure that they are lined up appropriately. And you want to make sure that they're not lined up where you're going to be, it's going to be cut off or below. So that's one of the biggest things, one of my biggest pet peeves with Reels or any short form video is when people type out like a block of text and it's at the very bottom where it shows your the filter you're using, your name, what the video's caption is, the sound that it's using, and then along the side where you have your like, share, comment, all of those buttons. When your text is all behind that, you can't read it and people are just going to scroll right by. They're not going to pay attention. So that's going to be where you need to make sure that you are back far enough from the camera, because if I'm up here and I'm trying to talk to you and I'm trying to put words here, there's no place to put them. But if I'm back, now I have all this space around me that I can put words. Or if I'm on my phone, where I'm doing more like this, where my phone is in front of me and I have like my chest area where I can put text. So it's not over my face. It's not, off to the side. And when you mess with adding text or adding things like that, I don't know about Androids, but on iPhones, when you're scrolling and moving the text, the phone will do like a little vibrate and okay, oh, I'm too far over. Oh, I'm too far to the right, I'm too far to the left. And it will actually show you on the screen where your text and where your stuff all is. So then you can line it up properly. So you know that you're not overlapping. So that's something that you really need to pay attention to. Let me see. Let me try to move this. Okay, cool. I want to make sure I didn't see and I wasn't missing anything under the little bar. Okay, so here is your safe zone. So when you are posting reels, there are 3 different views of a reel. And now I know that sounds confusing, but I'm going to show you on the next slide. So if you are looking at your Instagram feed, okay, and let me just make sure everybody understands what the Instagram feed is. So your Instagram feed, I'm going to pull it up. This is your Instagram feed. This is your profile with your feed, okay? So that's what I mean by feed. That's your thumbnail, okay? So then when you open it up and you're scrolling, let's say we actually open this up, this is another view, and then you can click it a third time and it opens up to the whole screen. So you have, and I'm going to show you guys that on the next screen, but you need to consider what you are putting in that little space. So if your safe zone is here, you need to make sure that any text that you want to be shown on your feed or as people are scrolling shows up in that little bubble, in that little box. Because if it's too high or too low, nobody's going to see it. They're just going to think it's a picture of you. And when you go to post your reel, you're going to have an option to see what it looks like on your grid. So you can tell if you need to move up your text, if you need to move it, if you need to like reshoot it because maybe it's not going to fit properly. Just depends on what your goal is, but you need to take into consideration your safe zone. So this is so when I did this before, these were some screenshots of some of what my videos look like before. So this is what your feed looks like. So, up here is all your bio info, your name and all that stuff. This is what your screen looks like. Over here, when you look a little bit closer, you can see it's cut off here. So you can still tell what it says, but it's not really showing everything because my face is so close to the camera. And this one, my chin is cut off a little bit and it cuts off again. So just keep those things in mind, that I was too close to the camera to be able to have the feed there. In my opinion, I don't care so much. It's enough that people probably would click on it to read it, but it's not, it's not so covered up that like my whole half my face is covered up or whatever. However, that has been a trend recently to have the video, like the writing right over your face on your videos. So keep that in mind, that things are going to change and shift, and you just have to see what works for you or what your goal is or how you want your feed to look. That's a whole nother story, a whole nother class. But, if you want to have your feed looking very aesthetically pleasing or whatever, then you might want to change some things or add certain filters or keep the same filter on every single thing. Just depends. Now, this is an older screenshot of my profile. Mine are mostly all reels now. Very few are static posts. All right, so this is the one I was trying to fix today. Oh, and the other one didn't even stay, but whatever, we're gonna go with it. So this is the reel view. Your feed view. You can see you have the little icon here. That's showing that you have that this is a reel. When you open it up, I was trying to delete this back one off of here, but it didn't work out. So you can see that here's my reel, and this has got this right here is the filter I use, my name, who's liked it, and then the audio. And then it also has the filter down here too. I don't know why it puts it in here twice. Then you have your likes, your comments, your share and save, and other options. So when you are in here, this is what you're going to see. This is the second view. Okay, so if I click on this reel, it's going to bring me to this view. If I click it again, it's going to open up to the whole screen. And I still will have my likes and shares and all that stuff out over here. But there's 3 different views that you can see when you're doing your reels. Oh, just kidding. There it is. I made a duplicate page. So you can see the 3 different views here. All right. So when you are trying to figure out what kind of reel that you want to create or recreate, you're going to need to look for a few different things. So first thing, you want to decide what your audience is going to relate to. Who are you posting these videos for? Are you posting this to gain followers, to have people want to reach out to you to work with you? Are you doing this to help other real estate agents? Are you doing this for real estate tips? Is your, Instagram geared towards your parent life and your kids or your niche? What is your goal? What is your end goal? And then you need to figure out what reels are going to relate best to them. And then you're going to create some stuff that's going to work for that. So you can also search for real estate related reels. So you can find other realtors who do reels on a, pretty often basis and take some inspiration from them. I also like to look for people who are non-real estate related and get ideas from them. I love photographers, hairstylists, even like decor and like interior design people or DIY people who do all those like awesome renovations with their house. You can take a lot of what they're doing, or even a lot of makeup and hair. I think I said hairstylist, but anyways, taking ideas from them and recreating it into a reel of your own that's going to be specific for your target audience. I pay attention to songs a lot more now. So when I'm, all the lyrics to songs, but sometimes when you're listening to a song and you think about like, how could this be related to real estate in some way, you can find some amazing clips of songs that you can use for your reel that might not be as common as, some of these trending ones, but it could be trending. I've also noticed recently that there's a lot of people who are doing real estate related raps that they're doing in, with the background of like, like a Biggie song or something like that. And then they're doing like a rap over it and they're awesome. It's so amazing. So, be creative. If it's not your thing, obviously you don't have to rap to a song, but if, you want to do something, you can even play that music while, showing yourself driving in your car or like eating your lunch in the car or something like that to show real estate life, right? So here is how you are going to find audio, trending audio, how to save it, how to use it right away, etc. So when you are looking at a reel, at the bottom, it's going to tell you what the audio is. A lot of these you're going to see are original audio. The original audio is somebody used that clip in a video from, whoever, whenever it happened, and now it's considered their original audio. So you'll see if you click on this down here, it'll bring you to this page. So you have options. You can save it, which is this little save button up here. You can use the audio. If you're like, hey, I want to make a reel right now with this, you can use the audio immediately. It will show you the original audio, although it's not always the original. Sometimes somebody will do a reel and they will use that audio and that one will go viral. Maybe not the original person who did the video, but the one who went viral will show up as the original audio. But what's great about this, let's say you find audio that you like, but you're like, oh gosh, how could I possibly use this for my business? You can scroll through everybody who's used this audio. Like this person got 27,000 views. Maybe go look at hers and see what she did and take some inspiration from those. And you can scroll and scroll and scroll, and there'll be tons of audios. I mean, look, 7581. That's how many people who have used this audio. I just did a video with this audio the other day. If you are into scrolling on Instagram, a lot of times you will come across these videos that will say, real idea, film yourself at work, add this to your trending audio, and here's that audio. So in a total, see, this is the difference. This original audio has 7,500 views. or uses, but the original one has 15.3 thousand. So do you see the difference? So even though this video went viral at 3.5 million, they probably used the audio, got the audio from somebody else, didn't take it from the original source. But so that will help you understand, like sometimes the original audio is not necessarily original audio, if that makes sense. It sounds very confusing, but when you see these ideas, I have jumped on some of these trending sounds, and your video will see more views. It might not be immediately, but once that trend starts going, all of a sudden your views go up dramatically. So don't, if it only has 700 uses or 1,000 uses or something, if you like the audio or you think the video is a great idea, then go ahead and do that. What I love about some of these people who post these real ideas, a lot of times they will say like, use this in your, behind the scenes, use this on a house tour, use this for here, do it this. And then you can take that inspiration and go and do your own video. So pay attention to those trending ideas, because that's a great way to hop on the bandwagon before it goes completely viral. Oh, I didn't want that to go yet. We're going to pause that. Okay. So there's, and I don't know how many people know this. I found this out a while ago now, but what's amazing is you can now find templates. So you know how you watch those videos and the song's playing and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, 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 all these different pictures coming through on beat. Before, you had to figure that out yourself. And let me tell you how time consuming that can be. So now, and you don't have it for all the videos, you don't have it for everything. However, you can go and browse templates right on Instagram. So when you're scrolling, occasionally you will see it say down here, it will say templates. I couldn't find one to screenshot this morning, but it will say template here or use template. Up here, if you click on this little camera, it'll bring you to your camera and it'll say browse templates. Then you can come over, it's going to bring you to all the templates that Instagram has for you to use. So I'm going to show you guys this video really quickly to show you what that looks like. So I'm probably going to just, okay, it's going to start over. All right, here we go.
Okay, let's see here. Love it, love it, love.
So let me pause this. So if I say, okay, I like the sound of this Paris one, I click on it, and then at the bottom, it's going to tell you, you need to add clips that are 0.5 seconds each. You can just drag and drop all your videos. One thing I will say, and I've learned this from experience now, that videos, short, tiny video clips do better with these kind of reels than just static photos. So you go through your camera roll and you have, pictures of you from New Year's or pictures of you, drinking a margarita or something, but it's a picture, not a video. So pro tip, keep your live photos on it. I don't know how Android works again, and maybe somebody can help if they do have Android, but with iPhone, if you keep your live videos on, any photo you take can be made into a short video that you can add in here as a template. So you can take all these little videos and have this like super cute, like little snippets of your trip to Paris, or your, showing your new listing or something, but it always works best with short videos. Does anybody have any questions so far? I feel like I'm rolling through this pretty quick, but.
Is there a way just to search, because you said, look at like that first post and you can see the template.
Yeah.
I know there's some, do you have names off the top of your head? I know there's some templates out there.
There are a ton of template pages.
Yeah. How would you search for that? If you just like, okay, I just want to find one, I want to find one of these templates.
I just looked, and if you go under, like if you're going to create a reel, so go into where you're going to create a reel on Instagram and then click that camera button. At the bottom, it'll say reel or templates. Click the templates.
Okay.
And then you can scroll through different templates available.
Yeah,
Cool.
here, I hope this will work. Let me try to block my camera. So at the bottom, okay, here, let me back it up. I wish I had my thing to connect to the phone. Okay, so you're going to a reel. This is just some random reel. I'm going to click on the little camera, and at the bottom, oh God, ew, hold on. At the bottom, you have reel and templates. So you can click templates, and it's going to go through these different templates. So I know you guys can't hear this, but it'll go through. You have several different options of templates. So you can go through that. So if that's something you want to do, I love doing those for like the end of the year when I have all these houses I want to show that I sold, or like a end of the year recap, or you could even do like a month recap or a trip, something like that. It could even be like, it could be anything. I mean, just a day trip on, to the beach or something. You could have a whole thing like that. You guys can use it in any way that you want, but it's a great way to do a bunch of clips of different things, and that you get a lot of views on those because it holds people's attention. I just read something the other day that said you need to change your angle or clip every 2 seconds. Like, we're like freaking goldfish at this point. Like, we have no attention span whatsoever. So we have, like, you can't just do, like, people want to do these long form videos, and I understand the need for long form videos, but there's a difference between long form videos and short form. If I want to watch how to install a faucet, I'm going to need a long form video, right? Like, I need to know, I don't want to see it in a reel clip like this. Like, that's not going to help me learn how to do it. So there's a time and a place for long form, and then there's a time and a place for short form. So maybe you could do a long form video on replacing that faucet for YouTube, and then cut that up into little parts, and you can do a video like this where you can go through like before and after of, replacing your sink, stuff like that. Like, those are ideas that you can use for something like this.
Hey, Nicole, I got a quick question before you change your slide.
Yeah.
So it says 0.5 seconds for each one of the slides, but if you have stuff that's longer than that and you drag it in, do you just have to position what portion you want to be? Okay, so it could be
so
2 seconds long.
And you just have to pick your 5 seconds of that part of the video that you want to use.
Okay.
And you can do that by clicking add media. So, and sometimes, like, maybe you don't like the way that 2 videos are back to back, you can swipe these around and move them, or just remove that media from one and add it to the next. But you'll see some of these are different. I didn't click on any other ones, but some of them may say, like, you start out with a longer video in the beginning while the song gets going, and then when the beat starts dropping, then it goes to these short bursts of videos. So you just have to keep in mind, like, so I'll use this as an example. When I went to Sedona, I said, we have to take a bunch of short videos. So we're not going to take just still photos all the time. We need videos of us driving, of us hiking, of us eating, like panning around the views, like all of that. And then I did a super cute recap video of all the stuff that we did while we were in Sedona. One of my videos from Sedona was just us hiking, and I got like 11,000 views, over 11,500 views on that one video. But it just goes to show you, sometimes things will go crazy, and sometimes things are, not going to get as many views as you expect them to. And just, it doesn't matter. As long as people are coming to your page and looking at things, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and Mia said, you can search for, like, for instance, templates.reels is an example of a page.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, to answer your question. So if you go into search in your search bar, you can type in, like, you could just type in
reels or reels templates. Yeah.
And there's going to be accounts that the entire, so I typed in reel templates, and it's all going to come up. I mean, there's a whole bunch of accounts that do these. You can also type in tags. So there's 5,000 plus posts that have templates connected to them. So you just have to look around and make sure, if you find a video that any audio that you save. Oh, another pro tip. Nikki and I talked about this the other day. I'll tell my way that I do it, and Nikki, you can tell yours. So let's go back really quickly. So trending audio. Sometimes I hear an audio and I'm like, I love this sound, and I will save it. So I'll save it up here, but then I go down here and I also click this button and then I save the video. Because how many times have you saved an audio and then you're like, what the heck was I going to do with this audio? I have no idea what I was going to do with it. So I save the video too. That way I can go back to my saved videos in my archive and then it'll all save in a folder on Instagram. And I can go back and watch through some of my videos that I've saved and be like, oh yeah, I totally want to do that reel. I'll go and do that right now. Nikki, how do you do yours?
So I had that problem a lot. I had all this saved audio and I could not remember what I was going to do with it. So I will go down to where the 3 dots are and I will copy the link and I will put it in a note section in my phone. So that note section is then labeled like video ideas. So then I have one place of reference that will have the audio and the video so that I don't have to try to go back and remember what I was trying to do.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it's a great idea because you just have one where I'm saving the audio and I'm saving the video, but at least I won't lose one of them. You know what I mean? I don't know. You're not going to lose yours either, but that's just the way I do it. But you guys can come up with any ways that you want to do it. Doesn't matter to us as long as you're saving it somehow. Okay. So sorry, I keep clicking on it, trying to go to the next page when I'm clicking on the video. So reach is key. Now I want to talk to you guys really quickly about some different strategies. So this girl, she obviously gets a lot of views. She has a lot of followers, but she also has these cover photos on her videos. So when you go into, we'll use my Instagram as a example. When you go into my reels, it's all the pictures, like a picture from the video. I a lot of time will find a like super weird picture of myself. Like I'll stop it on a weird spot to get more engagement because people are like, oh, what is she doing? Why is she making that face? But I'll do something like that. Whereas like this girl creates her reel covers in Canva and then you just add it in like a photo. So a lot of people will do this kind of as a clickbait. I've seen like some hot girls post a picture of them in a bikini and then you click on it and it's a video about real estate and like it's total clickbait, but hey, you know, whatever gets the views, right? So, you know, there's people who do that. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to do that, but if maybe you can do something like this with like exactly what the video is, or like a catchphrase or something. Although personally, these turn me off because I want to see the video, not necessarily a cover photo. So it just depends on what you're going for. Everyone has their own way of doing things, their own, you know, way of going. It just depends on what you want to do.
How do you set the cover? If you were going to do that, how do you set the cover?
It's an option in there before you go to post it. You can pick your cover photo. So your cover image can be a part of the video. Like I was saying, I pick an ugly face of mine or like a weird one or an expressive one. I should say expressive instead of ugly. An expressive photo from the video or point during the video, or you can upload a photo. So you could upload a picture from Canva. You can upload something that has nothing to do with the video, doesn't matter. But you can upload whatever you want. And then you just set that as your cover photo or your album or, yeah, I think it's called a cover photo. So one thing that we want to pay attention to, and now this girl's reels are clearly extremely high numbers. Like you can see how many views she has here. They're very high. For me, I don't really get that high on mine. So if I get one reel that has, you know, 9,000 views compared to one that gets 400 views, I need to go back and look at that data and that video or those videos and see what did I do differently in this video that performed really well but not so much on this one. What was the difference? Was the audio trending on this one? Was the video a trend? Like, remember when everyone was doing that like Harlem Shake? Like, apparently that was like 10 years ago now, if you want to believe that. That was like the thing, or like the planking videos and all these like, these like weird things that people did. Those were trending videos, and trend, like the tortilla slap videos, like those things were like trending like crazy. So those were getting a lot of views. One thing to, keep in mind is like, we're probably not all going to be coming up with the tortilla slap in a different way, but we can see what those, how those videos performed compared to some of our other ones. And then you can take bits and pieces from like your well-performing video. Maybe your lighting was better, or maybe you had, maybe you used text instead of no text, like really look and audit your videos every so often to see which ones are doing well and which are not. And as long as you have a creator account or professional account, all that, you should be able to see. I think now all accounts have insights that where you can at least see what your videos are doing. This may be outdated information, but you can see how well your videos are doing. I don't know if Reels have insights, Nikki, do you know? Like besides how many views
I think they do.
Yeah, they
I
do.
think they do.
I was just looking at mine. They do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's changed. Now, again, this is an outdated document, so I apologize. So
Here.
this one, I had a real walkthrough. Now, again, I don't know if this will work. No, it won't. So we could always do another one where I actually walk through doing a reel. This was a video that I had, but it just did not, it's not working anymore. The link's broken. But there's tons and tons of videos out there on YouTube that are long form that will show you how to walk through creating a reel. It just depends on how you want to go through the whole video. Let me get out of here really quick. It just depends on what you want to do and how you want to put the information out there that you're doing. I like I said, I like to do fun videos, and Nikki likes to do educational ones. Again, she does do fun ones, but I think a lot of I take all of the fun videos and make them real estate related. I'm changing the content on the video. I'm making it more so geared towards clients, whether it be buyer tips, seller tips. Let me go back. Let me see. I got buyer tips, seller tips, a whole bunch of different stuff, again, along with some fun ones in there too. Does anybody, I'm going to go back through. I think the only thing, a real insight found you with a hashtag. Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you're putting hashtags, this is one thing I didn't talk about in this. I do think putting hashtags in your reel captions it does help me get more views. I think when I put hashtags into my captions, I get more views on those videos than I do when I don't use hashtags. So I try to use a wide variety between, very hyper local hashtags, and then also wide range ones, so I get a wide view. But I try to keep the same local, like my hyper local hashtags, the same across all my posts, all my videos. So then if anyone looks up Ann Arbor Realtor, I'm going to pop up. So, and that's exactly what we want to do. You can search the search bar and go, yep, pages of templates, which are amazing. That's how I found a lot of my templates. Cool. All right. What questions does anybody have before we wrap things up today? And I hope I answered a lot of questions. What's the benefit of using a creator account versus personal? A personal account, you do not have the same options as you do with a creator account or a business account, professional account. You don't have the same music choices. They're much more limited. You don't have the analytics, so you're never going to be able to see the back end of like where people came from, if they found you on the search page, if they found you through hashtags. That you see like age ranges of people who are looking at you, male, female. You're just not going to have a lot of those insights. And with a creator account or a business account, you can have contact information. If you have a personal account, it's just message me or add me, follow me. Whereas when you have a professional account, I don't know if you guys can read this. I'm sorry, it's backwards. There's a contact button. You know, I have, and it's got my business dashboard. Sorry, this is so weird to do this way.
not
But I
backwards,
have
it's
my,
just right.
my
We can see it.
contact info. So when somebody clicks contact, it's got my cell phone and my email. If I'm a realtor, I want people to be able to find me the easiest way possible. I want them to be able to contact me. If they have to go searching and they find me on Instagram, but then they got to go to Google and they got to type in my name and they got to try to find me, that's way too complicated. I want people to be able to find me immediately and contact me immediately that way.
And the music,
Nicole,
the
what-
music alone too. It's
Yeah, the
like
music is a
music's
big
terrible without one. Yeah.
I was just gonna say about the music because when I changed mine to a professional account, I didn't have that many music choice. I had chose entrepreneur. Is it because, did you choose digital creator or video creator?
So when I did my account, I actually just set this up for a new account that I created, and your options, it's not the same. Like the creator account is not the same as what it used to show up as. So let me go into this other account. Give me one moment and I'm going to tell you. So when you're in your settings and you go to account, at the very bottom, it's going to say switch account type. So you have business account or personal account. So let me just do it. I'm going to do it real quick while we're on the phone or on the call. So I'm going to switch to a business account. So it's going to take a minute. I've switched to a business account. If I want to go and switch it to, I have the option of personal account or creator account. So I'm going to go to creator, switch it again. And then, so I remember when I started the last time, it came up and asked what profession I want to do. You can actually type in real estate. So on mine, it will show up as a real estate company or real estate agent, depending on what kind of page you're doing. So you can have that instead of saying entrepreneur or whatever, digital creator, you can actually type in what your type is. And that doesn't necessarily, I don't think that really matters for the music, but you want to have the creator account. The creator account has all the, like, way more music. You're going to have the trending audios, whereas on the personal account, you'll have some of that, and your business account, you'll have a little bit of that, but the creator account's where you're going to have the most variety.
Mine doesn't show like that. Do I have to update it? Because when I go to account, it says add professional account. And then when I click on it, and then it instantly asks me what kind of account I want.
So in the
So it
little
doesn't
search
say
bar,
like personal or creator.
it doesn't say that?
No.
All right.
At the very bottom, it says video creator. I'm looking at the same thing right now.
Yeah, it says digital creator or video creator. It doesn't say like just personal or creator. Oops,
What was your business? What was the account originally? Like before you got on this call, what was your account?
When I first did it, I had a personal account and then I changed it to
Entrepreneur. Let me look. Okay, so if I go into my account right now, I'm going into my personal account right now. So I'm going to go to settings, account. I have, mine is on a creator account now. So my only options are to switch to a personal account or switch to a business account. So I'm wondering, Brian, what kind of account did you have when you were just in there? Was it just a personal account?
Yeah, and so I'm on a personal account and it says switch. If I go to my profile, it says switch to professional account.
So do that, switch to professional account, and then tell me what it says.
All right. So that's when it brings up, it says what best describes you.
Yep. Okay, so now go to
that's what mine says.
Go to the search bar and type in real estate, and you're going to come up with a whole bunch of different things. Do you have a search bar?
Yeah, got it. So lots of real estate options. Yep.
Yep. So you can do real estate agent, real estate company. If it's just you, I would obviously do real estate agent, and then you can have that either that toggle switch will say show on your account or not. You can turn it off if you want. You can keep it on, whatever you want.
So how from there do you become a creator account though?
So from there, now I'm wondering, and it might, hold on, Mia's, hit the top 3 lines in the
Oh,
right-hand corner, click
I'm
the
sorry.
tab.
I just
Yeah.
didn't wait for it to finish. So after that, it came up and said, are you a business or are you a creator?
Yeah, do creator.
Okay.
I mean, you're obviously a business, but do creator so you have more options.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope that helps. I hope, just keep clicking around. I mean, you're not going to lose anything or you're not going to screw anything up. I will say though, if I found this out the most sad and depressing way, if you have a whole bunch of reels saved as drafts, so sometimes I'll get in a creative mood or, my hair is done, my makeup's done, I'm feeling good. I'm going to do a bunch of creative reels and I'll save them as a draft to go back and edit later. If you log out of your account, you lose all your drafts. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
I did mine in a panic. I thought my account was being hacked. So I changed my password and everything, and I screwed everything up, and I lost like tons and tons of reels that I had batched and had waiting. So don't do that. Don't do what I did. All right, let's see. You need an acting coach. Hey, one thing I will tell you, I took this class. Oh my gosh, what is her name? It's called Charisma Hacking. And I did it through a coaching program. She was like a guest speaker at the event. One of the most amazing things that I've ever gone through is figuring out your charisma type. So figuring out, are you like how you come across on videos? Because if I did a video, like you could see, I use my hands a lot. I'm always using my hands. If I did a video, my hands were down and I was really stiff and I didn't smile and I was like, very monotone, I wouldn't come across authentic. So you just have to really think about your authentic self, how you come across, how you want to come across in person and video. You don't want to be this like wild and crazy person in person, and then your videos be dull and boring, because it's not who you are and people can smell a fake a mile away. So really paying attention to who you are as a person will come across in videos best if you're being your true self. So when I try to do videos, like you'll see me like with my hands a lot and doing things, or especially if I'm in stories, that is just, here's what's happening today. Let me tell you about it, stuff like that. So let me see, Brian, what do you say? The charisma hacking was super cool. I was supposed to have her on one of these Modern Agent Blueprints, and I haven't talked to her in a while. I will talk to her again. I'll see if I can get her in to do a call with us just about it. The program, I think her program's kind of pricey to go through, but it's really interesting. She did a workshop where we all there was like, I think 10 of us who jumped up. We were like the first ones to jump up and did it. And it was really interesting because I thought I came across as this, or I thought I was this one certain type that she has. She's got them all categorized. I thought I was for sure this one type, like a Ryan Reynolds type, and like kind of sarcastic, like witty or whatever. And it turns out I'm more of like what they call an entertainer, where I present more like, I can't even think of who I'm supposed to come across as. I can't remember, but just more like in your face a little bit and excited and all that. And I was like, really, that's me? And then I started reading more about it in the description of what it is. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I totally am that. But it also comes across, if you kind of figure out what type you are, you kind of hype yourself up before you do your video. And then now you're coming across as your true self instead of, this other, person that you're trying to be on camera. So I will tell you guys one quick tip before we wrap up. She would say, one of the questions she would say is, what gets you excited? And then it could be anything. One girl was like, I love Disney. Disney just makes me so happy. Oh my God, I just love being there. Like the rides and the smells and all the stuff. I just love Disney. And she was like, okay, shoot your video. And like, she had the prompt or the teleprompter ready to go to read her script. And she was just like, oh my God, like, oh, I'm just so happy to be here. Like her whole demeanor was like softer, more excited and fun. Whereas before she was just like, hello, thank you for watching my video today. Like it was just a totally different vibe. So if you think about that before you shoot your videos, what makes you excited? you know, maybe it's my kids. Oh my gosh, I love my kids. My kids are so exciting. They're so fun. I love them so much. And then go right into your video, like literally out loud, Jen, get out of here with the freaking halo. Get out of here. Sorry guys, Jen's over here messing with her video edits and she's got a halo over her head right now. But anyway,
that's her ADD kicking in.
I know she's ready to get off the call. So, I love my kids, but they're not that exciting. Well, what excites you? Maybe it's sports or motorcycles or fishing or selling a lot of houses. You know, it could be literally anything like that. But what makes you excited? And then when you start talking about it, like literally out loud, don't like say the stuff out loud, because then it comes across, even if you're just talking to yourself, you know, hype yourself up a little bit, do your video. Another thing, if you're going to use any of those teleprompter sites or anything like that, or scripts, read the script several times out loud. Make sure that you're using the same words that you would use, because if I wrote a script and I gave it to Nikki, it might not be the same words or the same tone as she would want it, you know, with her using her own words. So pay attention to stuff like that if you're going to script your videos. But that's a whole nother day of stuff. So anyways, well, you guys, I hope this was good for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I love that everyone was putting their Instagram accounts in the chat. If you are on there, you know, have a chance to follow everybody in there. Let's give some people our high fives and all that. And hopefully, you know, I'll see you guys doing some reels. If you do a reel and you haven't done a reel before, tag me, please. I want to see it. If you know, get out of your comfort zone, do a reel. You don't have to do a silly dance. Don't worry. You don't have to do it. I've never
Nicole, tell everyone about Town Sites and what one of your main roles is going to be is you're going to be kind of director of the whole media.
Oh, yeah.
And so yeah, it includes Nicole. So explain that real quick.
Well, Lee has given me an official title now. I am now the social media operations. Is that what I was called? What did you call me?
Yeah.
Social media director or something like that? Director of social media. I don't know. One of those things. I have to really look at that, don't I, if I'm going to have that title. But I'm going to teach you guys how to create videos, so anybody who's part of Town Sites, or I mean, you can do this on your own reels, is, you know, creating a reel about your community. Obviously, social media director. Thank you, Corinne. So you want to do videos about your local, like you want to be hyper local, right? Like we want clients coming to us from our location, from our area. So if I go into a coffee shop, you could take a bunch of B-roll. So for those of you who don't know what B-roll is, you're just scanning around. You go into your coffee with your phone. Here, this is my phone. Go into your coffee, scroll, or, you know, pan around, take a picture of you drinking your coffee. Put all those little snippets into a reel, use a template. Now you tag that business, and now that business is going to share your reel. So we're going to talk about things like that. A lot of that can be put into reels, to shorts, to TikToks, anything like that. I mean, anything that's going to drive up your business.
And don't forget, for Town Sites too, if anyone's joining in the next meeting, I invited my lender to come in with me. Think about your lenders, your title companies. Where's Paul? Your board of directors that may want to chip in with you. You know what I mean? To, you know, you have business partners. So if you all get in there together, there he is. He's so proud of me on that.
He popped in, he heard board of directors and he popped on real quick.
He's like, what? But for real, I invited my lender and I said, you need to get on here at 12:15. I want you to look at this opportunity. I want you to see if you want to make an investment with me, because, you know, it's a great product.
It is. It's a great product. And I mean, I've tried to do this on my own, and I know we talked about Town Sites last week. So I'm sorry if anybody was on last week and has no interest in this, or maybe you do, but you just don't remember much about it. But I mean, I tried to do this stuff on my own before, and I tried to do the community video or community page, and it was like the lowest traction because I wasn't consistent with it. And like, I'm busy, like I'm a single mom. I have 2 kids and I got a job and all this stuff. And like, I was spending so much time trying to find articles and things to post and not to plagiarize some other company by, or some other page by stealing their stuff. And it was so much work, and Townsites completely takes that off your plate. You don't have to do it.
Work smarter, not harder, right?
Exactly. If I can hire
Leverage.
somebody to do it, Dave's not
Yeah.
on here because he would give me a bunch of crap about this, but if I can hire somebody to do it for me, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Although I'm cheap as hell. So I'm going to try to find it the cheapest way possible. And honestly, like
Right.
the cost of Townsites is like nothing to try to go through all this stuff and have a website and a community page and an Instagram and a YouTube and all this stuff. Like, I don't have time for all that. So if all I have to do is sign up and get my city and it's exclusive to me, and then do a couple videos, a couple reels to keep my face as the part, the front of this, I mean, game over.
Yeah, and I just put the
All
link.
chomping at the bit. You gotta let him talk.
Actually, that meeting starts in 3 minutes, and
Oh, I
it's
didn't
on
even
a
know that.
different Zoom link. So I just put it in the chat. So if anyone wants to join that, feel free. And that will be recorded. Amy just asked if it'll be recorded. Yes. And we also did it last week. It was the main feature of Modern Agent Blueprint was Townsites. You can go back and watch that recording as well.
Yeah.
But I'm going to hop over on the other Zoom and give a walkthrough if whoever's
Great.
interested in learning more about Townsites.
Awesome. And then, all right, so really quick. So thank you guys for sticking around. And I know there's several of you still on. Thank you guys so much for being here. Sorry that I was sloppy with my presentation today. It was very much thrown together.
In your defense, we threw
10
this on
minutes
you
before
yesterday.
I had to
Yesterday.
fix it all 10 minutes.
I thought it
before.
was really good. I liked it a lot.
We
Oh,
should have had
thank you.
Nick Niehaus stay on too, because he's good at that stuff. It would have been good to.
I think we should
Do it together.
revisit reels for sure,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'd
We'll
like to
do
get more in the
another
nuts and
one.
bolts, like, let's do one together, or let's,
Yeah, I
let's
had,
do a challenge, like a challenge would be good. So we all
All
do
right,
it.
we gotta sign off. 'Cause-
All
all
right, we're
right,
on the
everybody.
Zoom.
Have a
Bye,
great
everybody.
day.
Thanks
We'll
for
be
being
here
here.
next week with Corinne. So join us
Yep.
about YouTube.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.